Hello, Aries. Welcome to your full moon reading for the February 26th full moon in Leo. In the sidereal signs, the Vedic signs, we observe this to be in the Leo sign. And of course, Leo is across the way from Aquarius, where the sun is in the Vedic system. So we read this across the Leo-Aquarius axis. We are finding our power here to ask the question about who we are within the group, who we are within the collective, and whether or not that honors us as individuals, right? Either way, you could be really out of sync with the collective or really glad you're in there. The antidote for whatever is going on there is knowing yourself as spirit, knowing yourself as awareness. Trying to find a signifier card for you here. What spirit wants me to show you as a reflection of who you will be in this reading. This particular full moon will occur in your 5th house, the house of love and sex, pleasure, creativity, cooking, sports, fitness, the arts. Finding who you are. Ooh, very interesting. Your signifier card for this reading is the owl. Now, if owl is your medicine, you can be a possessor of true wisdom. This can mean that no one can deceive you. You know the truth. You're intimate with it. And it is a part of your personal wisdom and your personal medicine. However, it can also be, and I don't want to pretend like it wouldn't, that you are being deceived. And it could be that there's some sorcery over you. Although those things are unlikely if owl medicine is who you are in this reading. It would just be remiss of me not to mention that that could be the case. More than likely, since the owl, the number 21 adds up to 3, this is your integrated self, and it's very unlikely that anyone can lie to you. You are covered by innocence, so I think that's probably the right reading of it. Innocence, represented by the porcupine, also adds up to 3. Look at those two numbers there. We have the 21 and the 12. Innocence, faith, a distinct playfulness, wonderful qualities of the childlike spirit. And, you know, those kind of people can't be lied to either, right? From where honesty comes, you cannot lie to the source of that honesty. You are crossed in this particular reading by Whale, the record keeper, the holder of the Akashic records. This is the DNA. Those things might mean something to you. It could also be something in your personal history, or perhaps the longer reading of this card, your intergenerational or ancestral history. Something like that could be standing in your way, especially if you're a particularly honest and innocent person and maybe things are not going quite right and you can't quite figure out why. It could be something in your family history and not really your issue or your problem, because it looks like, from what I'm seeing here, you're a pretty honest, straight up person. So maybe if things are not going so well so far, it could be because you have an ancestral problem. You are crowned by reputation. Very interesting. The number 7 skunk is, he represents not ego, right? Like humility and humbleness and self-respect. On top of all that, it's kind of saying, I know what my boundaries are, and I'm not abusing my self-image. I'm not approaching anything with ego, as the first 2 cards seem to represent as well. I'm not approaching it with ego. I'm self-protective, and I respect my own reputation. I respect who I am within the group, if we refer it to the lunar aspects. Your foundation here is gathering, squirrel. And the number 26 squirrel is about preparation. It's about taking stock of perhaps what's in your 5th house. Maybe taking stock of love, sex, pleasure, creativity, and deciding how these things are serving you and how perhaps your history is affecting both your now moment reputation and what you are able to gather, what you're able to prepare with. And it looks like you're moving from a foundation or from a place of kind of taking stock of your whole situation right now. It looks to me like you're taking a good look over what's actually going on in this moment and how you want it to affect where you are. You're moving away from magic. Again, that sense that there could be some sorcery here. I'm not one who's really big into placing a lot of merit in deception. I think lies tell themselves, and I think people who engage in that sort of thing will fail. I just do. But it seems like there's a little bit of that coming up for you here. The raven is more what is in potential. It represents a change in consciousness, and that's the source of true magic. So you're moving away from perhaps a change in consciousness, perhaps some sort of potential that is magical. You know, it could be that it was magically right or that it was magically wrong in one way or another. It looks like your obstacle card here also has a sense of something historical, something that happened before, and is giving you some reason to take stock and look at where you are in this moment. You're moving toward feminine energy. You're moving toward a balanced femininity, which is just, you know, we all have feminine and masculine energies. And I think in this particular place, it means receptivity. The way this is set up right now, it looks like you're moving toward a place of more sharing and more trust. And you're perhaps taking stock of either a deception or an affront to your innocence or something in your family line that prevented you from being more open, prevented you from being sharing and caring and giving and trusting, because that's where you're headed. No matter what else is happening here, you're definitely heading into a place of more trust and more receptivity. In this moment, you are prayer and abundance. This beautiful card is one of my absolute favorites. Buffalo, the number 19, adds up to a 1, of course. And this prayer and abundance card, it would be so appropriate with this particular this particular full moon, which is all about pious foundation and purification and, bathing in the sacred river. We can't do that here right now, so we're doing it in the sacred river of the internet, our current technological river, but trying to use the source of what you love for the greatest good. Knowing yourself as spirit and sharing what you love from your integrated light and the power that you own, right? We always have the power of prayer with us. We always have the ability to create from light and power within. And that's really all prayer is, right? Is just a form of bringing something to be that's stronger than any sorcery, stronger than any magic, is what you inform your day-to-day life with from within. Knowing yourself as spirit is stronger than anything in your history. It's stronger than any deception, any lie that anybody can give you. It is who you create yourself to be. All around you is stamina. The elk card. You have the masculine card and the feminine card here. You're balancing something very important, and I think it has something to do with your ego and something to do with your reputation and your self-respect, right? Prayer affects your self-respect. And, it doesn't have to be about a deity or any kind of organized religion or anything like that. It can just be you talking to yourself, your higher self, yourself from your past, your magical self, your innocent self, yourself from your future. But those are the things and the places that we gain staying power from, that we gain stamina from. We're all these threes too, I just can't get over it. We're able to pace ourselves and endure when we see ourselves and know ourselves as spirit souls and not just bodies in the material world. Ooh, you got all the deception cards though. You hope and fear secrets this time. It seems that there is a secret keeper in your hopes and fears position. Now, some people say that the Sphinx in Egypt, the silent knowing, is a lynx and not a lion. I think honestly, the knowing of secrets is the end of deception for this particular spread. I think you're hoping and fearing a form of clairvoyance as well. Lynx often represents silent knowing, and you may know exactly what your hope and fear is, what your prayer is, and how it's going to affect your reputation, the balance of your masculine and feminine, everything you're trying to gather to you, your past, your innocence. And beautiful. Your outcome card is Swan. And Swan, my dear Aries, is grace. Grace is not a meritocracy. Grace is something given. It is not about whether you earned it or not. It's about surrender and witnessing revelation. It's about allowing the truth that has been occluded or buried in history or kept a secret to emerge into your reputation, your world, your caring, sharing, giving future. You're gathering this grace to you, and you are bringing it out into your future. With Mana, the dolphin, this beautiful card of rhythm, of Tao, of wholeness, of the inhale and the exhale, the warp and the woof, the duality as a wholeness. What a beautiful reading. Thank you, Aries, for sharing this with us. I hope that your new moon is absolutely beautiful. It's a very auspicious time to bathe. If you can't get into a river because it's too cold, just a saltwater foot bath would do wonderful things for you today and tomorrow. This full moon will occur around midnight in the west out here where I am, and in the west in the USA. And I hope that you get to see its lovely light. Thank you.